unboxing. Let's see what we got in here. I'll show you how we set it up. Now, this is a letter opener. You gotta be careful with that. It says not to use it, but just be careful. Don't stab anything. Be smart. All right, open it up here. It says I cut across this line. All right. Instructions. I've done a lot of these. Don't need them. It comes with patches in here. Patches in there, so that'd be good to have later if needed. All right, we have many little boxes in here. Let's go take out what we got. Extra things. Don't need it. Chuck it. Oh, this extra cardboard. I mean, if you want to keep your box, you can. I need to keep it, but it never fits back fully the way you want it. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's get the heavy stuff out. Oh. It says lift to 2 people, but you're fine. So we got a couple boxes here. This I think is the actual hot tub itself. This clearly looks like the top, inflatable top part. Keep that separate. Put it up the end. Here we have a motor right there. This is the heater. And lastly, chuck it. We got, I don't know, we'll open it up and find out. I think this is probably the cover for the top. But don't need any of that right now. So this box, we're done. Let's throw it out of here. Don't need it. All right. Cover, most likely, don't need it. As you can tell, I've had too many inflatable hot tubs in my time. Open this up. This is the pool itself. Max, chuck it. Don't need it. Let's open this bad boy up. Now be careful. Don't want to hit the hot tub, get a hole in it. Something like that. Plastic. All right. Rolling this out here. Perfect. Fun to pop these later. So you gotta roll this out. Now, you want to plan out where you want to put things eventually, because once you fill this thing up, it's not going anywhere. So I always like to have my motor over here. So I got this kind of open. It's the main thing here. Now let's get the motor open so we can inflate it, and then it's easier to move around. So, motor. I should have set a timer to see how long it took me, but I'll be able to look at the timestamp. Let's see when I started to when I finished, because I'll be recording this as one big long video. Accessories for the air intake thing. I want to get the motor out. This. Now, as I get my motor out, I do not recommend doing what I do. This is a classic do as I say, not as I do. I use an extension cord. I don't have an outlet close enough for this. Best Way does not recommend doing that, and you should not do that. But if you do, make sure it's a heavy gauge extension cord. And so I'll put a link in the description. All affiliate links to the different hot tubs I like, extension cords, the chemicals I use. Put that in the description here, so you can be all set up. All right. got this, and I'm plugging it in to my power source. All right, and this, I open that up too. You don't need instructions when you got me. Plastic off this. Plastic over. This one, I would be careful. The air intake one has plastic over it. There's a rubber seal. That always ends up falling off, and I forget, and it's like leaking. Don't lose that. All right. So what we're gonna do first is I gotta find the air intake to blow this up. Hose. Let me use this hose right here. Okay. So this hose you have right here, you're gonna screw it in to the air intake right here with that rubber seal. Don't let it pop off. Oh, and it pops off. Put that on. Put it here. Screw it. Twist it on. And we got camera close so you can see what it looks like. Goes on right here. Right there. All right. It doesn't be super tight. It goes on that one right here. These are the water ones. I believe one's water in, one's water out. Forget. See, I'll show you later. All right. So now this needs to go into this air intake right here. Okay. And my guess is there is a adapter I need to put in, and it's probably stuff right here that I took off right there. So this goes down here, right here. Just screw it in. This thing, actually the rubber seal, that's what keeps the seal. There's a one-way air valve. Boom. Screw that in tight. There you go. Now I take this off. I can fill it up with air. There we go. So then this goes right in here. It should. There's a way to lock it in there, but oh, this one, that's right. Oh, it's kind of stuck. Yeah, that worked out well. Put that back in. You lock it like this. There we go. You got it. Now, they say you should reset this every single time. You open it up. This trip. Test it. The breaker. The GFCI that's built into it. All right, I'm gonna turn it on. It's kind of hard to see with the light. I'm gonna press the power button. Hold it down. It should be on. And what I'm gonna do is just turn the jets on. Now, air is gonna shoot out here. When I do that, that's fine. It's gonna take a while to inflate, but we gotta do that. Let's go. So air shooting out, you can see from here. Popped off there, but now it's on. So now it's gonna slowly fill it up. Let's set it up so we can see. I'm gonna help kind of guide it as it's filling up. Open it up a little bit. Time goes on. So I like to test this. You can hear me. I'm gonna get pretty full. You can't really overinflate it, but don't go too long. That seems pretty full to me. Good. So now, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna turn it off here and unplug it here. Okay? Hopefully pretty fast. So I can get this out. Come on, twist out. Luckily has like a one-way valve. That really sticks in there. It's a better design than before. Sometimes that would pop off easily in the old models. And make sure you twist this tight here. Watch out for that string now. I get caught up in the thing. Now it's inflated. So now what we want to do is connect top, bottom. Take out these plastic things. Pull off easy. Make sure you throw away your trash, people. Don't leave trash in the yard. I'll make sure I get this afterwards. But I'm going to do that. Hopefully you can see on the camera. Now I'll unplug this part here. Undo this. Don't lose this tube because you need it to inflate. Okay? Whatever you need to do again. So don't lose that tube. And you can see If I zoom in here, all right, that's the ring I'm talking about. I'll use my toe to point. Hold the camera. For you foot fetish people out there. All right, so you line everything up right there. So let me see if I can get the single lower here for y'all. There you go. So line it up. I'm gonna take this off here. And if you want to keep that, it's not bad. Oh, turn that off. Right. Line it. Oh, again, the ring always pops off. I one time didn't know why my hot tub was leaking, and I was missing the ring. And then this also cracked at one point. But anyway, so line everything up. Let's screw it in. Kind of alternate here. You shouldn't have to tighten anything up besides these three things, but it's always good to make sure everything's kind of lined up when you do it. It's been sitting up in a box for a while. Things are kind of bent. And so on there. Make sure everything's lined up. You want to make sure everything's on the same level. The hot tub, that's why I have a base here. Same level. The angle's down, it's not probably good. Probably a better chance of leaking. Tighten that. Now, hand tightening is totally fine. Don't get a tool out here. This is plastic. I mean, you still want to make it decently tight, but not too tight. If it starts leaking, you always tighten it back up. Nobody can see that there. Got that tight. These clamps that go around, I have never had to retighten those or anything like that on all the hot tubs I've had. But never say never. There's also this thing right here. Oh, let me make sure that tighten up. If I can get, there we go. There, tighten that bad boy up. Now on the inside, let's go see the inside here. You want to take this warning label out, pop that, boom. Warning label, good warnings. Seal it back up. Got it. All right. Now here are two things you got to put in. There's filters. Oh, don't screw the whole thing off. You just take the cap off. Boom. Cap off one. Cap off the other. The bottom one is the filter. The top one. So bottom, water goes in. Water goes in the machine. Water comes out here. Top one. The top one's where you put the chemicals. Now, I have an extra way I look at my chemicals because I kind of don't like this thing. Oh, come on. Why is this? Twist off and I'll twist it back on. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's a twist off. Cool. All right. Twist off, twist off. There we go. There we go. There we go. So now you can see how it works. Also, these little things, that's where the air jets happen. They blow in. We use in the hot tub. I don't really care for it, but that's where it comes out. So everything's sealed up, good to go. We now can put our hot tub in the right position to fill up with water. But first, let's go put these, actually, I'll put the filters on. So, in the box, that came with the pump, all right? You have filters. This is the first filter right there. This goes on the bottom. If you notice on the inside, you can take it apart here. It comes with a filter they provide. I'll have links in the description to other filters. Change those often. This thing gets nasty if you don't. All right, they're not that expensive. Change it often. You don't be sitting in filth. All right, but it just screws right on here. Got it. Boom. The camera's on it. We'll get the other one. The other filter right there. Let me get that out. Oh, come on. Get that out here. And I'll put that on. I'll put it on now, but this is where you put in, I use bromine tablets, put them in here. That bromine is really what you need the most of. That locks in place, and that makes sure you don't get, well, bacteria and stuff in here. All right, so that's all set up. What we can do is I'm gonna inflate the top here, but I use a different pump. You can use the pump that comes with it. I've already have it hooked up, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna use a different, I have a Ryobi pump to fill that thing up. You can always use your mouth too, but that takes too long. Just note, I'm not sponsored by Ryobi in any way, but if they want to, that'd be great. All right, let me go set up here in the yard. Need some clear space here. Now, what you should be doing is filling up this hot tub with water, but I want to do this step first for you all. And this is the pro tip, is this thing right here is the case. You want to open the case up first, like for the inflation bladder part, and put it in before you inflate the bladder. Because if you don't, then it's hard to get in. So I like to inflate it with it in here, and it's vacuum sealed. Get rid of this box. Break the seal. Open that bad boy up. There we go. I usually do this on my deck, but it's got this space on the deck right now for it. So let me set this up. This is the cover that goes on top of the hot tub. Right there. Boom. Bladder goes in here, which I'm going to get. And sometimes these bladders, they might leak over time. It's all good. You can buy them online for like, depending on your size, but I'll put a link in the description for them. They have Best Way makes somebody else, like an off-market brand. Replace them. I've had to replace a couple in my time. I also have another video where I showed how to make those really insulated. These foam boards I put between this and the top, but it's summertime. I don't really need that right now. But for the winter, that's what I'll do. Let's get the bladder in here. Nice circle bladder. Fit it more or less in as much as you can. And see, look, one person can do this whole inflatable hot tub. I've known people who say, I got an inflatable hot tub, but I don't know how to set it up. I'm here to help you. All right. Don't lose my bladder opener. Don't want to pop anything. All right. This variety of inflator's been great to me. I don't know if they still make it. They always upgrading different ones, but it's been great. Before I had a emergency car inflator, let's leave this in my car for me. All right. Let's go put this in. Line it up. Let's inflate this thing. And make sure it's pretty firm, filled up. Great. Done. Now, over the time, as this has also ripped on me, this top, right here, if you can see in the camera, I undo it sometimes over time, get the hole in it. Again, just replace it with 30 bucks. Depending on how much it costs when it's on sale. And that's it. So now, I'm gonna leave this to the side. Let's go align our hot tub where we want it, and then fill it up with water. So this is when I like to align it. Also, when you're setting it up, I recommend seeing where these clamps are to unclamp it. They're around. Make sure they're places that you can easily reach. If it's too close, like I have right there, it makes it hard. So I'm gonna go around, make sure everything is lined up where I want, because like I said, once it's filled with water, I can't move it. Ow. What did I step on? I also make sure it's pushed back a little because I walk around here, especially if it's wet out or snow. I want to make sure I can walk around and open it without falling off my deck. So let me twist this a little, I think. Oh, it's getting warm. This vinyl. That's good enough. Let me see here. I'm going to slide this out a little bit. This way, maybe. I think I had to twist it more. I just forget how I did this. Put the camera down while I do this to adjust it. So now, I'm on board with the time lapse. I'm just going to fill it up with water. So I'm going to get my hose and fill that up. And maybe I should note to you all, I'm not sponsored by Best Way, Saluspa, or Sam's Club for this video. If they want to sponsor me, that'd be cool. But nope, that's just me purchasing myself, showing you how to do it, because I don't know, I like inflatable hot tubs. All right, time to fill it with water. So it's 12:44 now. I'm filling this up with water, and it'll take about an hour, depending on how fast your hose is. This hose is kind of slow, so it wouldn't take too long to fill it up. And there's a line here that you want between those two lines. They want to fill it up, so that's what I'm going to do. So it is 1:53 p.m. So that's not long. It's 144, 15 minutes roughly, 35, 5, 4, 50 minutes. It's been here. So yeah, about an hour. Go. It's right below, above the min. And then you go between the min and max, and I'll stop it here. But now let's go put the bromine tablets in. So I'm going to use these tablets here. I have this big container of them. And we're going to put them in the filter. So I'm going to get the filter out here. Let me put it on widescreen here so you can see it on camera while it's filling up. So I like to set out two of these before I get my hand wet. So let's get 2 tablets. Actually, I'm going to get a couple more. I forgot. I'll do 2 more because I'll show you what else I do as well. So I'm going to grab this filter out, or not filter, the thing that holds the tablets. I put 2 in, and they fit usually right here, 1 on each side. If you can see that. Line it up. Fill this thing with water soon. There we go. And you lock it, close. I like to do it like part way here, like a little bit. Screw that back on. Come on, there we go. Screw it back on. Perfect. And then I'll put a link to this. I also put this on Amazon. I like to do one of these instead. A little extra bromine in there to keep an eye on it. Different adjust. I keep that one on low as well. And I take this out of the hot tub when I use it, when I go in there. You don't want to inhale that stuff. So that just tosses in. And now we're at the basic full line. So let me turn this thing on here. So it should be on. Turn it on. There you go. It's on. Change it to Fahrenheit. That's what I do. The temperature, I'm going to set it to like 97 for right now. Maybe not to 98. And then I'm going to turn the heat on and the circulation on right there. And it should be going. Now this can hook to Wi-Fi, but I'll do that in a different video there. So anyway, so now it's set up. It's going to take a little bit to heat up. It's about 2 degrees an hour, depending on the temperature it can do. And I just double check inside the hot tub that right here, I can feel the jets coming out. They are. The water coming through. So we're good. All right, we're at a max. I got to turn off my hose. There. There we go. Now let's get the hose out. So I'll set the camera here. So I'm going to get the hose out. Don't need the hose anymore. Then I'm going to get my top on. Make it faster and cover it up. I'll toss this on here. As such. Nice soft top. And then you just clip it all the way around. It doesn't really matter where it lines up. They're all evenly spaced. Bend this over. And you can tighten them however you want. The clips, for right now, it's fine. In the winter time, I tighten them more. So walk around, clip all these. And so by probably tomorrow, it'll be ready to get in. So that's it. Inflatable hot tub is sturdy enough to sit on it. If you found this video informative, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Again, all the links to all the product and chemicals I use in the description. I'll have another video later that shows how to use the Wi-Fi. I've never had a hot tub that has a Wi-Fi on it, so this would be good. And yeah, and don't forget to vote Sean Gannon for president, because, you know, I'd vote for you if you were running. Anyway, Sean Gannon, future president of the United States of America, signing off.